There are two types of water: water that we can use and water that we cannot use. All of this water goes through a cycle in the natural world. It evaporates from the sea and ocean, turns into clouds and then becomes rain that falls back to earth and either sinks into the ground or returns to the sea and ocean. Water that sinks into the ground and collects is called groundwater. We can dig wells into the ground and extract this water to use. However, only a small amount of this water is fresh enough to use straight away. So we cannot depend on it as a single source. We need to find an alternative. So, how can we get more water? Simple. From the sea. But you cannot use seawater directly, and you certainly cannot drink it. You must first make it usable by taking all of the salt out of the water through a process called desalination. Here's how it works. First, we must get the water from the sea without hurting the fish, which is why the water is pumped at a speed 3 times slower than the fish can swim. Second, we must filter the water to remove all of the unwanted particles and materials such as algae, sand, and other debris that might be in it. What we are left with is salty water. Third, we must remove this salt. We do this by heating the water and turning it into steam, which then cools and condenses as pure water. Finally, we make the water drinkable. It's a process called potabilization, and it's really simple. We take the pure water and we add to it important minerals that are very good for our health. Congratulations! You now have water that you can drink and use every day at home. But wait! This requires large amounts of energy to separate drinkable water from the dissolved salts and other minerals. Burning fossil fuels is the most common method of attaining this energy, which of course contributes to air pollution and the greenhouse gas effect. For every 10 litres of salty water extracted from the sea, we get 1 litre of fresh usable water and 9 litres of brine that we return to the sea. The brine left over after the desalination process has removed as much fresh water as possible is extremely high in salt content and chemicals, which can also cause harm to the environment when it's returned to the sea. Another important way we can get usable water is to treat and clean the water we already use. It's like recycling, only for water in this case. We use this recycled water to irrigate the trees at the side of the road and for other purposes. This will help us minimize how much water we need to extract from the ground or sea and how much of it goes to waste. We need your help. When people throw garbage in the sea, rubbish in nature and on the ground, it pollutes the water that is available to us, which will then need to be processed. This can become very expensive and damaging to the environment. We need you to do your bit to help protect the environment and our precious water supplies. We also need to consider working together to be more efficient in how we use our precious and limited water, so that we can make sure that we will always have usable water available to everyone.